the ETH corporate treasury meta for a minute. So hold on, let me just find some of the notes here.
While you're finding that, let me just say happy birthday, Ethereum. 10 years. Yeah, 10 years old.
Happy birthday to Ethereum. Ethereum was what? The chain went live on July 30th, 10 years ago?
July 30th, 2015.
Mainnet went live.
Yeah, the first block, the Genesis block, went live on July 30th, 2015. Very cool stuff.
10 years.
Yeah.
Right. And okay, so there's an interesting development, I think, in the ETH corporate treasury meta this week. So Bitmine, that's the ETH corporate treasury company that's headed or with Tom Lee as its spokesperson, CEO. Anyway, they announced an open-ended $1 billion share repurchase. And I think a lot of people would have expected that when you buy, you're announcing that you're going to be buying back $1 billion of the shares, that the price of the stock would increase, but instead it fell by 10 or 11% that day. So this seems like a potential crack in the corporate treasury meta. So basically, it feels like the market might be saying here, actually, we don't trust you to grow the NAV per share without diluting us, without burning us, or something like that. I don't know, David, if you have any insights into this. Anytime we talk about these corporate treasury things, it's a complex web of like financial wizardry. So it's always hard to discuss. But
this was, I think, the reason that it fell so much is that it's kind of a head scratcher in terms of why the hell would you do that, right? Because so the playbook has been you use money. So, like, for example, you issue new shares or you take out loans or whatever, and use that money to increase the holdings of whatever crypto treasury du jour you have. And that increases the MNAV. But you don't, that increases the MNAV, and then that increases the value of the individual stock. In this case, though, they're just going directly to increasing the price of the stock by buying back shares, which doesn't actually increase their holdings of the underlying crypto asset. So it's like a weird, it's not, no one's really doing this. So it's kind of a head scratcher. Like, why are you doing this? Why aren't you following the normal formula, which is buy more of the thing, buy more of the crypto asset to increase the value of the stock, right? And that's the eventual thing. Instead, they're just going back to like buying the stock. So I think people were just very confused by their strategy, and honestly, so am I. I don't know why they're doing this. It doesn't really make sense. I read some analysts who also were like, I have no idea why they're doing this, but maybe they thought that the value of the stock should just be higher. I mean, that's what. I mean, why are you doing this, right? What's the reasoning?
Yeah, right. So they're planning to buy $1 billion of the stock. Why not just buy the Ethereum instead?
Yeah, I mean, so usually what you do, for example, is you issue new stock, right? So you dilute the stock. In essence, you're giving away, not giving away the stock, but you're making more stock, and then you use that to buy the asset. So why this is like the opposite. Right? Which is strange. The purpose is you're like, so for example, this is not Bitcoin, but the purpose is like Saylor and all these people. There's like almost like a religious component. The purpose is not to make the stock more valuable. The purpose is to make Bitcoin more valuable, kind of, right?
Or it's to make the NAV, that the ratio of how much Bitcoin you have per dollar of stock.
Yeah.
higher.
But there's this like
right?
sanctity to the underlying asset. It's like the stock is not as important as as this like thing in Bitcoin, in this case Ethereum, that's underlying it, right? And you expect the price of Bitcoin to go up, right? Appreciate. You expect the
Yeah.
price, you expect the value of the Ethereum to go up. So again, very bizarre.
Yeah. Well,
Technique.
I mean, you said that maybe the reason they did it is just they want the stock price higher because, I mean, you could like the stock was $5 before they became an ETH corporate treasury company, and it pumped 25x to $135, and early July was the peak, but it's been bleeding out ever since, just like a down only since then. It's around $35 now. So maybe the rationale was like, we need to throw a bone to these people who are getting burned by the stock price.
Yeah, but then what are they going to do in the future? Are they going to issue new shares, in essence? Redilute
them? Yeah. So it's, yeah, exactly. So I think this just maybe goes to the whole ridiculousness of this whole thing. Like, it's all just about sentiment and attention, and yeah, like,
Well, I mean, like you got to look at Saylor and what he's doing, and that seems to make sense. Like at least it seems to like be internally consistent, right? Like it, and all and people much more like much smarter than me and into this financial stuff understand the structure that they're using to make this, and they're like, yeah, it's sound, it's working well. This kind of thing though just seems like it's like retard version, right? Like
yeah, I don't know, maybe Tom Lee, he's playing some 4D chess here. He's got something up his sleeve, but we don't see it. I mean, that wouldn't be surprising. Self-admitted midwit here. So
exactly, same here, dude. I mean, when it comes to this stuff, I don't know, but it is kind of a head scratcher. Like, why are they doing this? So maybe it'll turn out to be the right move, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. I think that's a good place to end it. David, thank you as always for your insights. Thank you to Bitcoin OS for sponsoring the show. And thanks for everyone for listening. Have a great week.